and I know it.
Hello, Messerschmitt! This is Nate Dogg coming at you with a Clan War recap of Bone Crushers 4. Just in case anybody was wondering, this song was requested by Big Time Tim. So Big Time Tim, this is for you because you are sexy and you know it. Anyways, we've got a couple really good battles to look at today. We'll take a look at the first one here. Going over here to number 31. This is a battle by Pat. So let's take a quick look, see what we got. This is a Town Hall 6. Pat is a Town Hall 7. He knows he's going to dominate this. Good job getting these Clan Castle troops out of here. Brings them down here. Getting much better at the Valk as a clan on the lower group, especially pulling these things out and having a lot of troops left over to come do some battle for you. Now, Pat does something really interesting here, and a lot of times what the temptation is to launch all your giants right at that air defense if you have a healer. And oftentimes there's all kinds of traps over there, spring traps, kicking them out, big bombs, whatever. And so Pat doesn't do that. He launches off to the side, but watch the archers and see what happens here. I thought this was a very clever strategy, and it worked out really well for him. The giants come in. Now we're going to get here and clean this up. Now watch, his archer is going to come over here and take out the air defense. Now one thing I will say is when I do giant attacks, I like to take at least 12 giants. And here's why. Even against lower bases, because you're going to have spring traps to kick a few out here and there. And so you're going to lose a few. So you're not, going to end with 8. And also they have a tendency to separate. So if they do that and get spring trapped, I want to make sure I have enough to get the job done. So I always take at least 12 when I'm going to do a giant attack. Now Pat took 8 here and it works for him, but you'll see back down at the end, he's going to get really close to running out. There goes one of the giants. So now he's got 2 giants left and the healers are working, but the giants are great because they're distracting things. And then the archers are really doing all the work. And then once the mortars and everything's gone, here come in the barbarians, and he cleans it up. So good job. Great strategy. Very innovative, creative on the air defense. I like that. And just a few more. He didn't even need any spells with the healer. Did so well. So great job, Pat. Moving right along here to our next one. We're going to go to attack number 20. This is an attack by Chad. Now, Chad's recently gone to the Go Wipe attack. Now, the first thing I'll tell you about this base is the way the base is designed. If you look at the outside, it has all these little boxes. And then on the inside, the boxes are all divided right in the middle. So right outside the town hall area, the boxes are divided in the middle. And what that's going to do is if you approach from the sides, which we normally want to do, it's going to cause the troops, or it can cause the troops to all go to one side or the other. Now this can be catastrophic if all of the big guys go left, take out a few things, and then the wizards come in after that, then they go to the right or vice versa. Then your wizards are all by themselves on an island. So here's what I'll tell you about this base. And sometimes what is a good strategy is to not launch all of the wizards, okay? And sometimes I'll even hold back a big guy, a P.E.K.K.A., and then, a bunch of wizards, and I'll hold them and not launch them, and then launch them down the side. If all of them go left, I'm going to put the P.E.K.K.A. and the wizards on the left side to go around and help to clean up that, and it's just going to speed things up and have those wizards shooting in at those defenses as well. And that will speed up the rate at which it has to go all the way around the base, which takes a lot longer. And the real risk you run on this base is running out of time. So let's see how this works out with Chad. Good approach here. Does a good job. He just launches a few wizards. He doesn't launch them all. He doesn't need to launch them all. Now here comes the dragon. You want to get some folks out there to help that dragon. Otherwise, he's just going to eat up that golem. Golem comes inside, and now you got some dragons on here, and they're going to take care of this guy. When you have something like that, you're going to need a heal spell pretty quick. Now, as you can see, what happened was all the big guys went to the left. The wizards came in, and a few of them went to the right, got taken out by that giant bomb, and the others are going to get taken up by the defenses because they're all by themselves. But he has 3 wizards out here on the side that are going to help him do some cleanup. Believe it or not, those 3 wizards play a critical role in this attack. Now here they are, good heal spell. And what I like about this heal spell is all the troops are in it, and they're going to stay in it for quite a while. So your big guys, your golems and your pekkas and your giants getting nice and healed up after that attack. You got 1 wizard here on this town hall, and that mortar is going to try to take him out. Gets a rage spell to help speed this up. Now these 3 wizards are still here on the outside, except for that 1 guy. Who knows what that guy's doing? Anyways, he has 2 wizards out here. Now they're going to start shooting at that defense. So look, they take out that perimeter defense. Now, while the defense is distracted by the troops that are inside, the wizards are going to be able to come around on the outside and take this stuff out. Big guys out front taking out the giant bombs, working here, doing a real nice job. But as you can see, this is taking a lot of time to go around the base. Now the pekkas get outside. Oh, and they go back inside. Nope, now they come back outside. They can't make up their mind what they want to do, what they want to be when they grow up. But as you can see, they're going to clean up the outside of this base. We've got troops on the inside, troops on the outside, and that really, see how much faster it's going to go now that he has those pekkas out on the outside, and then the giants and the wizards and the golem on the inside. So this works out really well. This is a tricky base design with those dividers right in the middle. So that's how I have my base set up. If you look at Nate Dogg, you'll see that if they come from the sides, on the square sides, that there's a divider wall right in the middle. So hopefully it's trying to divide the troops and make them go left or right, and that can sometimes sabotage the go wipe. Didn't work on Chad here. He did a nice job getting 3 stars with his go wipe, working on the go wipe, getting it down, getting it better. We're all getting better as a group on the go wipe. Matt Pat does a good one here on number 17, and we'll take a look at this. Now, here's another base design. Now, the temptation on this base design is to go through the fat side. And that you can, if you can get everything in the fat side, they'll shoot out and maybe kill everything. And the way this guy has this base design, you actually could get away with going on the fat side. The problem with the fat side is, again, these troops will go left and go right, and they'll just keep going to the sides, and they may not make their way up the gut. So what I recommend on a long base like this is to work on one end and go from end to end the long ways, because what happens is he has so few defenses that are going to be firing at the troops at any given time. It really gives you an advantage. On a square base, once the troops get into the middle, everything starts shooting at them, and that's when they really start taking the hits. So Matt Pat does a great job here, and he starts over here on this left side with his pekkas. Did a good job with the pekkas to take out that king. That was a great work. And now he's going to launch everything. They're going to go around the sides, and then he's going to get his troops out here. Now, one thing I would recommend, Matt Pat, is to get your giants out first before you launch all those wizards, and they can help run some interference. Now, luckily, the giants do catch up and get out in front, and then you got over here on the left side, you got the pekkas and the giants out in front of those wizards that just all got taken out by the giant bomb. But look at this. I mean, he has all these wizards in the middle. He's got his big guys here on the left, the giants in that middle ring, and you got the Pekka working on the archer tower, and you got the king on the far right. So you got a nice, great shield of big guys leading the charge and a ton of wizards behind. And the reason this is still this way is because the long base really puts your defenses at a disadvantage because they have to fight so few defenses against all of the troops. And that gives us an advantage. So try not to set your base up long and skinny like this, because if they start at one end and work their way to the other, it usually is pretty easy. And this is what Matt Pat does. It does a great job. So when you see these bases, start at one end, work your way to the other end, even if it's dragons. Because they have so few defenses to shoot at you, it really gives you an advantage. Great job, Matt Pat. 3 stars. Go wipes are looking pretty solid. Last one we're going to take a look at here is #1 base. Smells does a fabulous job on this. Now, we're going to take a quick peek-see at this base. Now, this base is no joke, okay? You're talking level 9 walls, level 3 X-bows, max air defense, cannon, archer towers, wizard towers, and mortars. Pretty much everything is maxed here. He can take his walls one more level, believe it or not, which is going to take him like 6 months. But this base is for real. Now, even a super powerful attacker like Smells sees this base, sees these level 18 heroes, and says, wow, I'm going for 2 stars here, so I'm going to change my strategy. So let's see how he changes his strategy and what this does. So the first thing you'll notice is if you're going for 2 stars in a go wipe or any attack, you go opposite the queen. So he went opposite. Now, luckily, the queen and the clan castle are right next to each other. So he is going to go away from them and get as much damage as he can in the beginning and then hope to get that town hall and 50%. And that's all you're going for. So the #1 thing, avoid the clan castle, avoid the queen if you can. Now, sometimes they're on opposite sides of each other and you have to make a decision on which one you want to face. I would rather face the clan castle troops than the queen. And the reason being, the queen has such a range that you just can't get to her because there's so many, she's hiding behind so many defenses and she'll just wear you out. So Smells does a good job here. He uses wall breakers on this attack. He normally doesn't use a lot of wall breakers. And then he's going to flood this thing with these witches. And his wizards are coming out. Now all he has left to do is deploy his king and queen. Actually, his queen's already out there. So is the king. And there, now the other thing you're going to do here, when you're selling out on a town hall, you use all of your spells early. All of your spells before the town hall. And maybe the last one on top of it, depending on how things are going. Now he's got the poison spell here. You see that's helping to kill those troops. Got a ton of these little skeletons. Now they're on that town hall. Down it goes. He's already at 36%. He's got some stuff here on the left, some stuff on the right, stuff in the middle going on. He should be able to knock this out and get this 50%. And actually, this ends up going very well. Ends up with, over, I think, 60% or so on this. And that king is, that king's hardly been touched. Now he's starting to get worked over. But that's all right because now he's up to 60%. He's got 62%. Look at how strong those walls are. I mean, this king was just banging on those things forever. Never got through. So excellent job. 63% on a maxed out Town Hall 9. Selling out, spells early, avoid the queen, and get up and get that town hall. Launch some stuffs around the outside. That's going to help you to get those periphery buildings to get. That's the difference between 43% and 53% is to getting some of that stuff on the outside. So he made sure some stuff got on the outsides and got that. Great job on knowing what you're looking for on that. On a 3-star attack, you might do it differently. So overall, guys, this was a great war. 96 to 87. We were really, really evenly matched, but our coordination and our execution ruled the day, and we beat these guys in what was supposed to be a very close contest. So this clan is rocking and rolling. The attacks are getting better and better all the time. So tip of the hat to you, and we'll take just a little bit more of Timmy's favorite song here, and I will see you guys in the next video.